you said 3 days TikTok, adding a bit of pressure to those involved.
Yeah.
Where do you stand in terms of that? Is there an extension made, or because today makes it the third day?
Yeah, but it's Sunday, so it's not really a working day. You know, Sunday in England's not a working day. So we have to go to Monday, Tuesday by the latest. So if I don't know anything by Tuesday, I'm just going to move on. Because it's been a long time in the making. Well, it was June when I did that video, when I said, oh, we've agreed terms to fight Joshua, like we both agreed to fight each other, but I've just got to fight Wilder first. That was a year ago, nearly a year ago. So yeah, it's been a long time, but...
What's good, family? So mash the like button and subscribe. So we find ourselves in a messy www.messy.com situation right now. Let me give you man the background before we go into Fury's comments. 28 days ago, as we all know, they signed a 2-fight deal. At that point it was signed, Team Fury came out and said, but yes, we've agreed to lock in the next 2 fights. However, this deal will expire within 28 days if both teams can't agree to the particulars, the split, the amounts, the venue, whatever else. We're now, Monday, more or less marked the end of that 28-day period. However, in the lead up to the expiry of the 28 days, Fury came in hot and started posting things like, oh, I'm counting down, oh, 1 more day, basically giving Team AJ a deadline. And also, throughout this 28-day period, Team Fury as a collective, all 4 of them dons, Fury, John, Fish Eyes, Bob Arum, all of them have been conspiratorially and creepily speaking the same, reading off the same hymn sheet, saying all the same things. And they've all been negative things. Regulations, C19, the environment, it's not going to happen, it's not imminent. That's where we find ourselves today. And then Fury comes out. Michelle Joy Phelps. This interview went out on Monday, I believe. Or whenever it went out. Sunday, Monday, whenever it was. And we heard what he had to say there. He said, if I don't hear from them by Tuesday, then it ain't happening. I'm moving on. This has been dragging out for a year. Now, in the interest of being fair and balanced, I do have to let you man also know that, and you've probably heard it yourself, but only seconds after saying, I'm giving them till Tuesday, he then goes on to say, oh, the fight's 100% going to happen. It's going to get locked up this week. So this is what I call the guy messy. That's why this dude is hella messy, and the whole situation is messy.com. You just don't know what's going on right now. And the reason I'm more conflicted, you man know who follow the channel, that my position is he don't want no smoke and he was never going to sign. But the information we've received in the last few days, or in the last day or so, that's making me less confident. I was 99.9% sure it's not going to happen. When them things came out, when that countdown came out, when AJ came out and responded to it, they was all red flags. If you want a fight, if you want a fight and your team isn't doing anything to help, and you're counting down, how is that positive? Given all the other stuff as well. Fury saying it's not imminent, Mayweather Pacquiao, it will happen down the line, whatever else. But like I was about to say, the bit that's got me a little bit more convinced there is a possibility it's going to happen, is the fact that he hasn't timed it out. This contract ended on Monday. He could have said then, and my base case was, he's going to say on Monday, it's over, you've timed out. Which wasn't, in my opinion, a poor conclusion to make, given that he's counting down. Why would you count down if you're just going to extend it anyway? But again, that's why I call the situation hella messy. It's a messy situation. All over this last 28 days, it's been filled with John Fury, Tyson himself. 1 minute it's saying it's not imminent. Next minute it's saying, oh, it's going to happen for sure. And we're hearing the same thing again today. But, like I said, for the people who for the people who think this fight's going to happen, and for the people who want this fight to happen, the positive part is he hasn't timed it out. He could have come out on Monday and said, yo, I gave you man the countdown, you didn't hit the note, and that's the end of that, we're moving on. The fact that that hasn't happened, it obviously keeps the chances alive. Although, what I will note is this could be a big ultimate ploy. What do we know? We know that if you look at Fury's videos, there's been a lot of bad fan reaction. People have been clocking on saying, why is this man so negative for? Why isn't he trying to make this fight? Why is he ducking? So this could be a big recovery game from them, man. Meaning that if he'd have come out on Monday and said, yeah, this fight's off, it's not happening, you've run out of time, the backlash would have been certainly a lot stronger than if he for example, I believe, or there's a possibility at least, he's going to extend it. Oh yeah, look, I gave him time. See, I even gave him extra time. You know what I mean? One of them ones. Oh look, if I didn't want it, you best believe I wanted this fight. If I didn't want it, I could have timed it out on 28 days. But I gave him the extension, and you know what? That's just how business goes. You know what the environment's like. It could be one of them ones. So yeah, at this point, I've got to be honest, got to call a spade a spade. I'm not 1,000% sure it's not going to happen. Last week, when he started giving the countdown, 24-hour deadline, I thought, yeah, it's not happening 100%. But now, the extension can work both ways. It can mean that he genuinely wants to make it, but it also can mean, it just depends how deeply these people are thinking. If he's got a PR team that are really trying to make a bad situation look good, we just don't know at this point. But the good news is, for all fans who want to see this fight, or for anyone really, any boxing fan, the good news is, it's not long now. This week we're going to know what's going on. This week we'll know. At this point, I'm just tired of, this man's messy. It's tiring. I hate to think, it makes me laugh that people were critical of AJ, saying, you know what, whoever it is, just get it done. But I'm tired of it, and I'm not even involved in it. Imagine if you're Eddie flying around the place, or AJ trying to get this fight on, and then you got commentators. I'm tired of, oh, it's 100% going to happen. Oh, if I don't hear by Tuesday, it's off. Oh, countdown. Oh, this messy looking, isn't it? Are we not adults? The way they act is almost like the way that Fish Eyes and all of Team Fury have acted. It's almost as if they weren't looking, or it's almost as if they weren't a party to benefit from this. They're 50-50 partners, and their conduct over the last month or months has been shocking. We've heard from Team AJ. Team Fury literally provided no help. They've done nothing in this whole place. Oh, and by the way, they've been purely negative at every step. So that's another factor that gets me thinking, there must be some deeper plan going on here. There must be. It just doesn't make sense to me, because Fish Eyes and Bob Arum, both companies aren't doing that well at the moment. And a year ago, they was all really excited for this fight. Fish Eyes is flat broke. He needed this AJ fight. So what? For him to turn so negative in these last 4 months, it seems to me, in my opinion, it made me feel as if Fury said to them, this fight ain't happening. Let's just do the pleasantries. And I hate to break it to you, never mind my theory, that's how they've acted. It's not just me guess, they've acted as if they know something we don't. They know that Fury doesn't want it. Why is Bob Arum and Frank Fish Eyes done nothing to increase the value of this fight? I mean, the bare minimum would have been talking it up. Instead, they've potentially turned business people off. They've turned investors off. Oh, it can't happen. You know, there's no venue. Oh, it's not big enough. Oh, Mayweather Pacquiao. All that. Promoters and Bob Arum's the biggest mouth going. And what was the need for all the hush-hush as well? Telling Eddie Hearn to be quiet, and that seems Wilder-esque to me. Do you remember that? AJ versus Wilder. They told Eddie Hearn to be quiet and keep it hush-hush. Mr. Bob Arum, Mr. Fish Eyes, the biggest mouths in the game, alongside Eddie Hearn, all of a sudden want it quiet. So I don't know. And I said it a second ago, I said it again, I'm just tired of guessing, if the truth be known. I'm glad we're in the final week now. I'm just praying it don't drag out another week. I don't care at this point whether Fury decides to give him the Tuesday deadline, whether he doesn't. I just hope it gets wrapped up ASAP. Because Eddie Hearn did say, I hope they give me a few days extra. Well, a few days extra, that would mean Wednesday, innit? That would mean Wednesday anyway. And I'm not sure. We know over these last few months, Fury's been contradiction.com. He's been messy.com. 1 minute saying, yes, it's happening. All the fighters want it. We all want it. Next minute saying, no, it's not imminent. I'm not sure. Genuinely, I think he may have like a mental, I'm not sure what you'd call it, but it looks to be within their genetics, because John Fury is exactly the same. The videos I've done reporting on John Fury said it's not happening, there's no money in the game. Next minute he'll say, yeah, you know it's going to happen, we're going to push his wig off, we're going to push AJ's wig back. Fury, no joke. The clip I played at the start of this video comes out. If this fight's not done by Tuesday, I'm moving on. And it's not the fact, look, like, all fighters make statements. All fighters are explosive people. Genuine, or in the main, they've got them explosive characteristics, them explosive attitudes and whatnot. So they'll make throwaway comments. But for Fury, didn't just make a throwaway comment. He said, if it's not done by Tuesday, because we've been doing this for proper giving analysis behind it. Well, you know, we've been doing these negotiations for a year now. It's getting tiring. He didn't just say, oh, if it's not done by Tuesday, I'm moving on. It's almost like it's a real thought. And then the next minute he says, well, you know, it's 100% going to happen. We've got some great interest and Saudi. So you just, listen, to try and sit here and tell you, yeah, I know what's going through this Don's head. I'll be a liar. I can't lie. A few days ago, I thought I had his number. I thought this Don's a goof and he don't want no smoke. And that may well be the confirmed case. If this fight don't happen, yeah, now, then I'm right. He's a goof and he don't want no smoke. If it does, then I'm obviously ain't got a clue what's going through his mind. And at this point, if I a few days ago when he made them countdown posts, I told you, man, I'm 100% sure he don't want this fight. At this point, where am I at? It ain't 100% no more. The fact he's given the extension. It can go either way. It could be a big game where he's doing it to make sure the public don't jump on him. Or it could be genuinely he's just messy and it's all messy looking. So that is what it is. It will play out as it plays out, but at least for us fight fans, there is a little bit of hope now. There is a little bit of hope being this close, but we just don't know. And what a little bit worries me is the fact that he only started being this positive after the backlash. Do you understand? For the main of the 28 days, pure negative. Then Eddie Hearn came out about a week ago and said, do you guys really want this fight? Am I the only one being positive? And then that's when we've seen all of this extra stuff. Oh yeah, we want it and whatnot. But again, even within that last week, he's been putting out negative stuff. Oh, countdown. So it's just messy. And anyone who tells you they know, Fury fans say, oh, you know what Fury is like. Yeah, well, let's see then. If we know what Fury is like, let's see. And I think that's all we can do at this point. The quicker this time comes in, listen, if it don't happen, I hope Fury comes out today and says it's off on Tuesday. Just get it over with. Because all this rocking and rolling, and I don't even know what to say. It's one of them ones, messy ones.